everyone, it's Melissa with Sundream Succulents, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a succulent pumpkin. A few days ago I made this adorable succulent pumpkin. Had actually never made one before. It was my first time, and I'm so happy with the way it came out. And I found this stunning pumpkin at a grocery store, and it's called a Cinderella pumpkin because it looks like Cinderella's dress. And I love it, and I'm going to make it into a succulent pumpkin. So here is what you will need. You need spray adhesive, moss. You can use sphagnum moss. I'm using orchid moss. I've used this before. It works great for me. And then I'm also using some really green moss that you can get at your craft store. And by really green, I mean it's just really green in color, and I like the color, so I'm using this as well. I'll be using some decorative elements, succulents, and I'm using mosaic glue, but you can use any sturdy glue that you have around, or you can also use a glue gun, but I wanted to make it as easy as possible, so I am just using glue. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the moss out of the bag and start kind of separating it a bit. I think I said this pumpkin looks like Cinderella's dress, but it's Cinderella's carriage. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get the spray adhesive. And I got this at Michael's. You can find it at Michael's or another craft store. And I'm going to spray the top of the pumpkin. So we're not going to cut the pumpkin at all. We're just going to directly spray on top of the pumpkin. And I don't take the stem off. You can take the stem off, but I leave it on. So I'm going to spray. And make sure not to get this on your hands because it's kind of like crazy glue. You have then like this film on your fingers that's very uncomfortable. So I'll let it kind of dry for a few seconds. And then I'm going to directly start adding the moss and pushing down as I'm adding it, pushing down, applying a lot of pressure as I'm adding the moss to the glue. Add a little bit more. And it should stick if you're firmly pushing down on it. This is a heavy duty adhesive. I know they have different levels, so you want to use a heavy duty adhesive. That's looking good. Put some here. I think that looks really nice. Next, I'm going to start using the succulents that I've selected. And I just got a variety of succulents from my shop. And if there's anything you ever see that you really like, reach out to me, and I ship. So if there's anything that you really like and want and are not local, I'm happy to ship them to you. And I selected a variety of colors. Kind of see where you want to place it before you add glue. I think that looks beautiful there. So then you're going to grab your glue. And this glue dries clear, so it's going to look really white and chunky when it comes out, but it'll dry clear. And the reason I have this glue is because I've actually made mosaics before, so I had it lying around. So it's glued on there. It'll dry and harden. Now keep in mind, this is also something you're not going to be moving around so much, right? You're going to place it somewhere as a decorative piece, so if some of the moss doesn't stick, it's fine. You're not going to be tossing it around. Adding some purple to the arrangement. And this one's going to go in the center, or at least towards the center. I'm getting rid of most of the soil. Whoops. Again, I think I want to put it, I can do that. That would look beautiful. Just put some glue. This is really tough to, I'm using a lot of force when I'm trying to get this glue out of there, so let's just put it like that. And next, I want to add some of the hanging succulents. So we're going to add some pieces and put that somewhere like that, and it'll drape down. So get the glue, long glue. It's making me get a workout. I'm just going to put the glue on top. And put another piece on top of the glue. Adding some moss to kind of push it down. So I'm going to rotate this as I'm working on it so that I can see how it looks. It looks so beautiful. Have some string of banana that I'll be adding right here. And finally, I'm going to add all the decorative elements. I'm done. Just fill in some spaces with moss. I'm all done with my succulent pumpkin. It is stunning and really easy to make. I really recommend you try to make one of these at home. It's a fun project, and if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you want to keep this succulent pumpkin looking beautiful, spritz the plants once a week to moisten the moss and hydrate any new roots that may have formed.